You see how I don't date broke men? Very mindful, very demure. I'm not like you other girls. I don't go 50-50 with a man. A man picks me up. I don't drive to see a
Oh,
man.
wow,
A
of
man
course.
pays for my Uber. I don't pay my Uber to go see a man. I'm very mindful, very considerate. When the wait staff puts the check on the table, I don't go for my purse and pretend like I'm gonna
I'm
pay.
sure
I'm
you
very
don't.
considerate, very mindful. I simply
Wow.
smile and look at him and wait for him to pay for the date. Very cutesy,
This is
very
disgusting,
demure. When
y'all.
he wants to come back to my place after a date because he thinks I owe him something, I simply decline. I'm not like you other girls. I'm very mindful, very demure. You see how he wants
Wow,
to
the
date me and not be
delusion.
exclusive because he doesn't like titles? I don't wait around and give him all my loyalty. I'm dating other boys. I'm very considerate, very
Other
mindful, very
boys.
demure. You see how I don't wait by the telephone to see if he will call me? I go and call my girls and we go and hang out. And then I call my other guys and then they take me out. I'm very
This is
considerate, very
absolutely
mindful, very
insanity.
demure.
This is what social media has done to these women. This is, you know what? I would love to know what Kevin Samuels would have to say to this whole TikTok debacle that is going on. Oh, yeah, by the way, how do we feel about the fact that TikTok may be banned starting tomorrow in America? How do we feel about it? I heard that a whole bunch of influencers are saying their goodbyes all over TikTok. I wish you all the best. May the Most High bless you all with some freaking brains so you can actually use that platform for something useful. I think I just wished for something that is very, very kind of delusional. Anyway, we're gonna get into today's video, and I found this young woman, of course, on TikTok, and she is talking about her expectations of men and her experiences in dating, as you have seen in the former clip. But here's the problem, guys. Here is the problem. She said she's dating multiple men. She said she's not paying for no dinner. She said her Ubers are sent to her. And my question is, what type of man does it take to do all of that? Is he good looking? Is he really wealthy? Is he really worth it? Because we already know that no man is going to continuously pay and take a woman out and then accept a decline when it comes to payback, if you know what I'm talking about. But according to this lady, it all works out for her. And of course, I have to do my investigative work for you guys on TikTok and see what she's really about. Ew! I know you effing lying now. Guys, if this is the type of man that she's going on a date with, that she's going home with, that she's spending her time with, of course they're going to pay for everything that she wants. If this is the type of man that she wants to brag to her friends about, go ahead, girl. You can keep him. You can keep him. The thing about it, everyone, even a blind person would know that this man would get into anybody's panties. And I know he can't wait. By the way he looked at her, he cannot wait. See, if a woman has her mind in the right place, she would never ever go with certain men just because they are paying. See, gentlemen, that's why you cannot lead with your wallet. Because if you lead with your wallet, women are only going to be attracted to what you bring to the table as far as the money. I understand the fact that some men actually choose that type of lifestyle, and if you do and if it makes you happy, go ahead. But what does it tell you about the woman? What does it tell you about the woman? It tells you that she's completely shallow, that she doesn't care what the man looks like as long as she can get a free meal. Do you see how degrading that is? But when you call these women out on it, they're telling us that we're talking bad about them and degrading them when they really are degrading themselves. Now, the thing about it is also, this woman, obviously, she's not going to be a 10. She's far from a 9, 8, 7. She's a 4 or maybe a 5. But social media boosts her up. She feels like a 10. I'm sure she does. And from the way this young woman was speaking, it seems like she's only been taken to high-class, 5-star restaurants, where only high society people go and have dinner. Okay, but most likely when women brag about things like that, they never take themselves to these high-end restaurants. They would never sometimes even be able to afford what they are expecting of men. A lot of women who talk like that never go to these expensive restaurants when they are the one who have to pay. Why? Some of them simply can't afford it. Some of them really don't feel as though that they need to go ahead and eat food that is that expensive. Why? Because they got men who are paying for it. Don't pay for these women. Don't pay for these women and see how much they're talking to you. Don't pay for these women and see how many times they're actually returning your phone call or even texting you back. You may be surprised how quick you're going to get blocked on all social media platforms the moment you stop paying for these chicks. Let's go see where she goes when she's going out by herself. Told you. Popeyes. I mean, obviously she's doing a food tour, a food restaurant review or whatsoever, but she could have went to a 5-star restaurant. I'm sure any type of restaurant would appreciate a promotion or an introduction or something. But this is the thing about it though. This is exactly what I said. So women would expect men to do all of these things for them, but they won't even do that for themselves, let alone them doing anything for the man. I mean, she's actually out there eating a burger at a fast food restaurant. You think any of these guys actually took her to a fast food restaurant? I highly doubt that. Because we all know there are several videos all over the internet how women behave, how they react and respond to their date when they pull up at a fast food restaurant. This is just ridiculous. Why not keep it real? Either you have such a high class life and you are taking yourself to these restaurants, or you simply don't. Just be happy with somebody taking you somewhere, and if you want them to pay for it, guess what? That person is going to figure out what day y'all going to meet. He's going to figure out the time. He's going to figure out the location, and you better shut the F up. Because you can't sit here and tell a man how, where, and on what he's supposed to spend his money since you're not paying for anything. This is what so many women have twisted. They got it all confused. They got it all messed up. If you want to make a decision on where you want to go on a date, you make sure you pay for it. Doesn't matter what men do sometimes, especially on the first date, it never seems to be good enough. And why do women constantly talk about the fact that they know their worth? They know their worth. First of all, you cannot define your own worth. Whatever is available on the dating market and whatever you bring to the table as far as your looks, how you behave, your body count, whether if you have kids, yes or no, your worth is already there. You know what I mean? Your worth already has been defined. And I'm not saying that when you have kids, for instance, that you're not worth anything. Don't misunderstand me. But it's a different thing if there's a single woman who has no children compared to a woman who is a single mother. Because the woman who's single is always going to be picked before the single mother. Not because men don't like children, but single mothers come with a whole lot of baggage. And the thing about it is, women who are talk about their worth, I'm glad you know your worth, but the man doesn't know your worth. The man is going to define your worth by the way you behave, by the way you support him, by the way how your past was. And I also know that a lot of women say that their past don't matter, but your past defines you and makes you the person who you are today. It will really show in a woman's behavior, even the energy that she's carrying with her, whether if she was running the streets all of her life or if she has been carrying herself with self-respect, dignity, and who is not a 304. You know, women nowadays celebrate a high body count. They are all over podcasts talking about their sexual preferences, their high body counts. They are carrying around their body count like it's a medal. Like they are proud of it. They're giving each other advice on how they can play men. And then you expect for somebody to wife you, to respect you, to take care of you, and possibly take care of another man's kids. Are you serious? Like that just goes to show you how delusional this modern society is making women. So once again, TikTok has proven to us that a lot of these women be lying to themselves. Not only that they're lying to themselves, they're also lying to their audience. But guess who's celebrating them? Their audience. Which is the reason why these women feel like they're sitting on top of the world when really they can't even afford an air conditioner in their apartment. I mean, this is just crazy. And the thing is, they feel good about it. They feel good about lying to themselves. It's really the Sims' fault, if you ask me. The Sims are the ones who are making this possible. Because if it would be a man who knows how to carry himself, who knows not to put a woman on a pedestal, and I'm not going to talk down on the lady that we have seen in the first clip, but I'm sorry. If you make 6 figures, if you got everything in your life going on for yourself, would you actually take her on a date? Or would you be somewhere out in Brazil on a yacht and chill with women who may look a little different than her? Like I said, just giving you guys a comparison. I'm not talking down on her. I'm gonna just leave you guys with that. Let me know in the comment section what you think about today's video. And also, thank you so much for tuning in and watching today's video. Also, thank you very much if you have subscribed to my channel. Welcome on board to everyone else who's been loyal to my channel and supporting me throughout this whole YouTube journey. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of you. Everyone, have a great weekend. I will talk to you guys soon.